In my previous video, I showed how to establish 3D views. Now in this tutorial, I'm going to show how to create new materials and how to apply them. So here we have a 3D view of my kitchen. So right now you can't see any of the materials that are on there. So we're going to click this little square and hit realistic. Now it shows the materials that are listed on each object. Now you could see the type of materials that are on there just by clicking edit type, and it'll this by category is the value, which is the material that's on there. And you could change this to anything really just by clicking on those 3 dots that you saw a second ago. And let's say I wanted this texture right here, cherry. Well, click OK, click OK. Now press escape once. And as you can see, now the cabinet has a rim that looks like cherry wood. But we don't actually want to change the cabinets. That was just an example, so I'm going to change it back. What we want to change right now is the wood floor. It's really bland and not very exciting to the eye. So what we're going to do is go to Google. So I've already typed in seamless wood panel texture. And I'm going to go to images. Now there's a lot of options on here. And I could use any of these really. But you also have to be careful because not all of them are actually seamless. So a better option I would suggest is using SketchupTextureClub.com. Now you have to make an account, but they let you download a whole lot of images per day. And there are hundreds of seamless images of anything: brick, wood, tile, cheetah print. But right now we want wood panel flooring. So I'm clicking on architecture right here. I'm going to scroll down and click on wood floors. And there are a lot of options. But I want something a little simple. I'm going to look back at my house right here. And right now I have white walls. If I were to keep those white walls, or even maybe a slightly darker shade, maybe gray, like light gray or light blue, I would probably use dark flooring. So I'm going to click on Pick It Dark. And there's a lot of options I could choose from. But I'm just going to choose the first one, mainly because it's really appealing to me how shiny it is. And I'm going to hit download. Now it's going to ask you, what do you want to do with it? And I'm going to choose save as, and I'm going to save it under one of my files. It doesn't really matter wherever you save it, as long as you can find it. So I could rename it, or I could leave it the same. I'm going to leave it the same just for sake of time. So now I'm going to go back to my BIM2 folder. And right now we have a compressed file. And in order to get that image, we have to unzip the file. So the easiest way to do that is just to take the image after you double click the compressed file, and then just copy it over to outside of the file. Now you have access to this image. So now I'm going to go back to Revit. And I'm going to hit modify, no, not modify, manage, and there's a materials button right here. And I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to click on the sphere right here and create new material. Now the first thing I'm going to do is just rename the file with a underscore because it helps me when I search to find what I'm looking for really fast. So underscore wood, I'm going to do dark wood panel. Just real easy name. Then I'm going to hit appearance. I like to change this hitting the sphere scene to a cube just because it looks better when it's wood. Then I'm going to hit this image box right here and assign a texture to it. So I'm going to search for wherever I saved it under. I've saved it pretty far. And I'm going to click on the file and open it. So now I've added this wood flooring to this. So next what I'm going to do is hit OK, and it saves the file, the material that I made. So now I'm going to hit modify and go to paint. And I'm going to select that, hit done. Actually, don't hit done, it closes out. Just click on what you want, and then you can assign a texture to anywhere. Like I could assign it to the wall if I wanted to, but we don't want that. We want it on the floor. So I'm gonna hit the material I want and assign it to the floor. Now there's something wrong with this. You can see that the wood panels are really, really small and hard to see. So what we're gonna have to do is go back to our materials by hitting manage materials, and we're gonna edit it so that you can be able to see what it looks like. So once you hit the dark wood panel, go to appearance tab, down arrow by image, and hit edit image. What we're gonna do right now, it's on a scale of 1 foot by 1 foot. We want to make that scale immensely bigger. So we're gonna do the size to 8 feet. Now you can see in this little corner right here that you could see the texture a lot better. So I think that will be good. So I'm gonna hit OK and OK, and automatically it changes back the texture. So now we got ourselves a floor. Now, if you want to assign a material to generic models, the only problem with that is that you can't do it unless you can't just click on this and click on the generic model. It doesn't work. You have to click on generic model, edit in place, and then go to modify and then hit the little paint icon right here, which then now you can assign the materials to it. And now we got ourselves wood panel countertops. But I don't think a customer would actually like that. So we're gonna hit cancel model, and it's just gonna put it back to the plain gray. And that concludes my tutorial on how to create and apply new materials on Revit.